something really important in CSS called box model, and we're also gonna learn its properties. So here is the file we had. So let me open with live server, and so this is what we have right now. So let's just create a border. So in our internal CSS, I want to select H1, and the way basically we create a border is there are properties. So for example, there is a border style, and let's say just dotted. If I save this, now I don't know if you could see that we have a little dotted border. Now we can give a border width like 3 pixels. If I save this, now you can see better. It's dotted. Now there are multiple. You can do solid here, which means it's just a line. You can have double, which means it's just 2 lines after one another. You can have dashed, which is just dash 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 dash. That is great. I just like the solid, so I'm just gonna stick to the solid. You can also set a border color. Let's just say green, for example. Now you can set that border color. So these are all great, but something really cool is you can use a shorthand to set all of them at the same time. So the shorthand is border. It's just border, and then you can say something like 1 pixel solid yellow, or let's say purple. If I say comment it down, if I save this, you can see it's actually, so let's make 3 pixels. So now we're setting the width, the style, and the color at the same time, and you will see me a lot just use this. It is a nice way of writing it, but also the border doesn't have to always be, it doesn't have to cover. So if you just wanted a border on one side, you can say like something like border left style dash, and if you save this, now we only have the left side. Now you can do like top, and you get the idea. So I'm gonna go back to using the normal thing I was doing before. So 2 pixels solid, say black, save. Now we're gonna learn about something called box model, and boxing model is really cool. So if I go and inspect here, and I'll show you the box here. Okay, cool. So this is the box, and here we have the content. So you should think of every HTML element as a box by itself. So we have the content right there, and if you could see, it's highlighted. We have a padding, which is a little space between the border and the content. So that's a little space. Then we have the border. Then we have a little space called a margin between this element and the next element. So we have content, padding, border, and margin, and you can change it. You see we have 4 margins, 4 paddings and 4 margins: top, left, right, and bottom. So for example, let me just change padding called top to like 30 pixels. That means I just increased the space between the content and the border. So if I do as we were doing before, and if I see that, now you could see the padding is highlighted better, padding top. So you could increase that space. Something else we can do is we can just, if we remove this, now it increased 30% from every side. So from here, from here, from here. That's all great. So the padding is basically that space, and you will see a lot of people, it would give us a lot of power to control that. And so, and then you can, as I said before, you can do padding top, you can do everything. You can also list. So if I just say padding, if I say 10 pixels, 20 pixels, and 30 pixels, 40 pixels, and I say save this, you could see it starts from the top. So we have 10, 20, 30, and 40. So it kind of works like that. Okay, now let's get to margin. So the margin is the space between the element and the next content. So the margin, for example, would be between the top. So if I say margin top is equal to 40 pixels, as you would expect, we move this down because we increase the space between the element and the next element, which is the top of the page. So you could make this, I don't know, like 400. You can see how big that gets. And that gives us a lot of power of how do you actually move around your element. We can move around the whole box using margin. We can move around just the inside content using padding. And we will use this in the course a lot, so you kind of get more idea about it. But yeah, that's the main idea. So see you in the next